Hello and welcome to the video on constructor overloading. This depends on that you just watched the previous video on forming constructors. Constructor overloading is whenever I use one constructor to be defined for the class. And what I've done here is I have my class definition, which is all the way down to here, okay? And whoops, even further, I'm sorry, right down to there. There's my class definition. And that's a big definition, but let's see what's inside it. What I've done here is I've made several constructors. Notice that the constructor is a method that has the same identifier as the class. So I have a constructor here that has the same identifier as the class, and this constructor sets the value of all three colors, RG and B, to 255. That's what we had in the last video. I have another constructor with again the same name as the identifier for my class, but this time I have one parameter on its input here, on its parameter list. I have one variable, init X, and this allows the color of R to be changed if I put a value in here for that. Remember I did that before with the previous methods, and then it'll set for me the green value and the blue value. Here I have another constructor, and again I know it's a constructor because it has the same the function has the same name, the same identifier as the identifier does for the class. And this time I can input two values, the X and the Y, and that'll change the value of R and the value of green accordingly, and blue will automatically be set to 255. So I use this constructor up here when I want all the colors to just be 255. I use this constructor here when I want only the green and the blue values to be 255. I use this constructor here when I just want the blue value to be 255. And then I have another constructor that I use when I personally want to change all the values of all the colors. And then I put another method here that simply says show them. So what I've done is when I instantated the color class, I had to put in here which one of these constructors I was using. If I put just my color 1 with no arguments, then it knew to put all the colors in there for me, 255, 255, 255. If I just used my color 2 and then I put a number in here, that and only one number, that meant okay, you're going to come up here and you're going to use this constructor, which means you're going to be setting the value of red, but green and blue will be 255. And then if I say, okay, I'm going to put in two numbers here in the parameter list, it says, oh, you're going to use this constructor here now. You're going to use the one that has the two numbers. So you're going to set the value of red and set the value of green. And then if I put in, when I instantate this or make an object, I put in three arguments, 1, 2, 3, three numbers in here separated by commas. It says, oh, you're going to use this constructor here then, where you set the values of all of them. So when I have constructor overloading, it allows me to use essentially the same constructor. You might say, wait a minute, it's really not the same because you really defined four different ones. That's true, but from a programming standpoint, if I can hide all this other stuff up here and just do this, it looks like I'm using, you know, the same thing. I'm using color, right? I'm not using a different class. I'm using the class color. And what I did here is just so we could see what's happening, I put a show them method, which is this method right here, which is defined within the class. That'll show these values. So it'll show the value for my color 1, show the value for my color 2, and so on. So let's compile all this stuff, and let's see if it works. Okay, fingers crossed. Here we go. And there we go, and we got it, and we got the first one, red, green, and blue, and that's the first constructor that gives all the values, right here, this dude right there. Okay, it says press any key to continue, and here we go, and look, there's the first one, my color 45. Didn't I put that one in? And so red is set to 45. Okay, here we go, press any key to continue, and there's the first two that are set, right, which are which is my color 3, right? 137 and 210. 137 and 210. Yep. And then the last one should have all of them set, because I use the constructor that had the 3 inputs on its parameter list, and that was setting red to 10, 9, and then 18. Okay, so this is called constructor overloading. Constructor overloading has a lot of uses in many different kinds of applications, especially in computer games, where there's a lot of things that I'll be using, setting over and over again, yet I want some way of allowing a program to change some of the things some of the times, but not all of the things all of the times. Okay, constructor overloading. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.